Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to this week's video. This week is a continuation of last week's vlog, so if you haven't seen that, please go ahead and watch it. This week is going to be like 2 weeks combined, so it's going to be a very long one. However, I'm very excited because I did a lot and there's a lot to catch up on. Let's get into it. So we are going to the passport office to hopefully pick up my passport. Yay! So I started this week by going to the passport office. As you remember, or as you may remember, last week I went to the passport office to do my capturing. So that's just like taking my picture and then taking my fingerprint. That process took like 2 hours. But this one, on the other hand, I was just going to pick up the passport. So after 48 hours, I picked it up. It was like less than 15 minutes. It's just a journey there. It was an hour away from Lagos. So again, it was in Testac. So it was just really, really long. By the time I got there, 15 minutes, I was out. So the journey itself was like 2 hours to and from. But the actual appointment was like 15 minutes. So I was very happy about that. Okay, we successfully got our passport. Very happy. Now we're gonna get ready to go to a live theater show, and I'm very excited. I'm gonna go do my makeup, put on a cute outfit, and we'll head out. Now, by the time I got home, I really wanted to go see this play called 20 Naira. Okay, so we're running kind of late, but I think we can make it. This is my outfit, just cute little, nothing too serious. I'm bringing a sweater just because I know it's going to be cold in the theater. I had booked it a week ago. I really wanted to see it because it just seems like such a. First of all, I just love going to plays. I love going to plays. I love going to art galleries, like anything like artsy. Like you'll find me there. But I really wanted to see this one because it was. Actually, no. I wanted to see the Family Matters, which was a different play. That one was more popularly known, but this one I found online, and I was still. The storyline was still good, so I thought I would really enjoy it. I didn't expect it to be so funny. I was laughing so hard at this play. Like I was literally using my sweater to wipe up my tears, and by the time I was done, like my mascara was like literally done from my under eyes. So it was just hilarious. I loved it. There was so many like because it was the first night, it was the opening night. There were so many like hiccups that were happening on stage. You could tell that they didn't mean to happen, and just like it just added to the play for some reason. So I really enjoyed it. Now for the actual logistics of the play was supposed to start at 4. They didn't start until 5 p.m. I walked into the auditorium and I was like, I was panicking that I was late. I was late. They weren't done setting up. They weren't done setting up the props. Nothing was set up. They were like, oh, just wait outside. And then luckily it was like inside Eric Kaiser. And I've been hearing about Eric Kaiser as a really good brunch spot and I haven't been there before. So I was like, I'll just take this opportunity to like get something. So I just got ice cream for myself. The play itself was actually still really good. So I was happy about that. Well, at least afterwards. My Igbo self really, really enjoyed the music. But after, again, Eric Kaiser was right there, so I got myself a burger. Just got home. And that was the last thing I did before I hopped on the plane to go to Port Harcourt. Now, you see how sweaty my forehead is? Checking out. Usually when I go to my village art school, I don't usually go to Uyo. Sorry, I don't usually go to Port Harcourt. I always go to Uyo because it's just closer. But there was no like flights to Uyo, so I had to go to Port Harcourt instead. And I just regret it so much because the journey, like the drive from Port Harcourt to like my village, was just like it was like almost 4 hours. It was just too long. So I just really didn't enjoy that. But I was with my brother, so he made it enjoyable. We just like talked and caught up and all that. So that was fun. It's a video. Now, I pray that the person who was sitting beside me on this flight never sees this video because sometimes I just want to enjoy a quiet flight. Why do we have to make conversation? Please, could I just wanted to have my headphones on and not talk to anybody. Now there's actually no way to like recap my journey in my village because it's just like it was just a lot of like meeting family and friends and relatives and like it was a lot. I didn't actually film a lot while I was there, so there's not much to recap, but I'll just give you a quick 1 minute recap of my journey. Now, I think there's so many highlights of my trip, and one of them was actually when my sister was like, "Let's hop on a motorcycle and like go see masquerades," which we call Ikwo. But I haven't been on a motorcycle since I was like 10 years old, so like that, it was. I was scared, but when I actually got onto it, like it was fine. Like it wasn't that big a deal. But I just really had a good time with her, so I'm happy I did that. Also, another highlight of my trip was definitely my mother feeding me. Like she loves to like I don't know. I always tell her like you stressing yourself for no reason, but she was like, "Oh, I'm not stressing myself. I'm just trying to take care of you." But she was just like cooking every single second. She was cooking. She was feeding me. She was like, I was like, "Mommy, like I'm fine." Every single second, it'll be like, "Here's this. Here's this." And she just wanted to like. I love her honestly, but like it was a lot. However, on my last night, she made a goosey soup, which is like obviously my favorite soup. So I was really happy that she took the time to actually make a goosey soup for me. So I was really happy about that. So I was definitely well fed and well, very, very well taken care of. I just felt so loved and so like, like it just like I felt like I was at home and I was at home. So that kind of checks out. By the time I was leaving, I was literally crying. I was crying. My mother was crying. My sister was crying. Everybody was crying. So I was really sad to go. But I'm very, very happy that I made the journey and spend Christmas with my family. So I'm happy about that. And then afterwards, went back to Lagos, and this time around I went through the Uyo airport. So I drove from Arashku to Uyo for like it was like an hour and a half, not more than 2 hours. So I was happy about that. And then when I got to the airport, my flight wasn't leaving until like a few hours. So I was just sitting down at the lounge area, just editing my video before I went through security and checked in and all that. Um, why did I get to the point where you drop off your bag? And they're like, "Oh, your bags might not arrive with you." I said, "Huh?" They're like, "You might have to come the next day or two in 2 days to pick up your bags." I said, "Huh?" And they made us sign a waiver form and everything. Luckily my bags arrived though. So hi, good morning. I am off to Maple, Lagos because I had French toast there last week and I really, really enjoyed it. So that's why I'm dressed to head out. This bag is tired of me, but it's really the only bag that fits everything. So like my fan, my power bank, and my lotion and my phone. So My other smaller bag doesn't. Anyway, no long talk today. Let's go. So I head to Maple, Lagos, and it's actually my fault. I blame myself. But to my defense, the first time I went there, it was practically empty. There was like two, three people there, so it wasn't that busy. So I thought the same thing would be like the same thing would be true this time around. It wasn't. It was full. It was packed. They're like, to get a table, you have to wait for 30 minutes. I was like, oh, okay, 30 minutes, that's fine. I'll wait. I really wanted those French toast that bad. Long story short, I couldn't get my French toast, so I left. I left and I went to a different cafe, or a different brunch place called Slush Cafe. Now, Slush Cafe, could I have gone without it? Yes. I don't actually think I really enjoyed my experience. The only thing I enjoyed at Slush Cafe was the music. The music was blaring. It was felt like a club, but they were blaring Afro beats and they were blaring P Square in particular, and I just really loved that. And I love P Square, so it made me happy, even though they were like annoying me. The music was like, so yeah. To sum it up, it wasn't actually a very bad experience. The pancakes was actually really, really good. It was a 10 out of 10. But my pancakes were supposed to come with bacon and eggs, and then the bacon arrived very pale without the eggs. So I was like, where are my eggs? And if you look at the eggs when it finally arrived, like 15 minutes later, it was runny and it was like watery. I was like, what is this? It wasn't like real eggs. I didn't like that. I ordered a caramel macchiato, 50% caramel, way too sweet. Took two sips and put it right down. Too much, even for a sweet tooth like me. And I ordered the bill. My Uber is 9 minutes away. Why did the Uber come? 5 minute wait time passed and still no bill. Like, why is the bill taking 9 plus 5? That's 14 minutes. Okay. So I ordered an Uber to get to Dada Gallery, and I got into the Uber and I was like, oh, there's no seatbelt here. He's like, if you want a seatbelt, come sit in front. I said, all right. Now, I love, as I mentioned, I really love art galleries. And every city I go to, almost every city I go to, I always go to an art gallery. I tried going to 3 different art galleries. I only made it to 2. But by the time I got to the first one was Dada Gallery. Now, Dada Gallery I discovered through TikTok because the founder, I don't remember her first name, I think it's like Oinka. I think her name is, I might be wrong, but her last name is Dada anyway. But she opened a gallery in November. So like this was like her first, so sorry, the gallery was his like first opening like phase. You know, you could still tell it was like new. So it felt like it was a work in progress, but I really enjoyed the art that I saw. The only thing that was missing for me in this gallery was just like the title of the painting, the name of the artist, and then some sort of stories behind it. Like there was no like place cards or like the name cards that are usually beside paintings. But other than that, it was cute. Next, I went to Cocopelli because it was literally a 9 minute walk away from Dada Gallery. So I walked over there. I wouldn't recommend walking anywhere in Lagos, but this was like close enough that I felt safe to walk. I really enjoyed this yellow piece right here, slash blue, yellow slash blue piece. Also, something else, there was nobody in this gallery. There was no staff, nothing. But I really enjoyed my time here. It was like 2 levels, so I went up and down and I left. Now we're going to Windsor Gallery. Let's see what that one is saying. I think that one's a little bit bigger, so I'm looking forward to it. Okay, so quick update. Why did I get to Windsor Gallery and they said that they're closed today, even though the business hours says that they're open? It's currently 6 p.m. The business hours says they are open until 7. So I came all the way here for nothing. Anyway, that's fine. I'm waiting for another ride. So yeah, that's it for all the galleries I went to. The next day was very chill. I was in my hotel room all day. I went downstairs to order pasta and I was just working on my laptop. And then I ordered some ice cream because I wanted to eat ice cream as I watched a movie. So it was very chill. So every time I pass by a ColdStone, I've always wanted to stop and order one, but I haven't had the chance to try it. So I literally went on the Glovo app and ordered it. And it is, oh, okay. I'm kind of speechless. Okay. Is this worth 9K? Let's try it and see. Oh, no cutlery. Oh, never mind. There's cutlery. It's just wooden. Let's try it and see. I could definitely skip this. Yeah, this is not as banging as I thought it was gonna be. It's not bad. It's just not as good as I thought it was gonna be. It's not giving Ben and Jerry's or anything. Why is it kind of slimy? I don't like that. This is a very chill night in. I'm gonna watch a movie and that's about it. All right, so the next day I went to Landmark because I wanted a coffee. So I went to Coffee and Co. However, I knew that there was a Killentar store in Landmark, so I was like, let me go and browse and walk over, because I saw Michelle like setting up her store for her pop up store, and it was just so beautiful in there. Oh my god, it was just the details, the embellishments, the sequins, the heavy duty, high quality. Oh my god, actually speechless. You know that saying, if I ever make it, like there will be signs or whatever. I've always said this. Andrea Yama is going to be my sign. But if you ever see me in a Killentar set, that's really, really, really a sign.
So today we are going to Lekki Arts and Crafts Market, and this is what we have. This is my market going fanny pack, so my hands are free, but I'm excited. Let's go.
So I got to the market, and I'm gonna give you a tip. If you ever go to this market, like arts and crafts, do not spend your time in the first hallway you enter. Literally scour the market, explore every single stall before you land on your favorites, because a lot of them sell the same things. And a lot of them are like yelling at you and like pressuring you to come to their store, because obviously they want to sell to you first at a higher price. But literally like scour first and then come back. I love this store, all these wooden pieces. I actually got two bookends from here. But I loved all the trinkets that I saw and all the little pieces that I
These are
picked
something
up.
when you buy. When you get home, a lot of people will say, wow. So when you get to where you decorate it, you sell PTPTs.
And also, the store closed at, not the store, the market closed at 6. But I was there till 7:30 because this woman was like, you have to, like, she was like begging me to buy from her store. So I actually got two paintings, one from a different store and one from her, because I found one that I really, really, really loved that I think will be perfect for my bedroom. Stay tuned for that update. But yeah, I was here till 7:30. It was very dangerous that I was here till this late because it was literally pitch dark, but I finally got all the things that I wanted and I was very happy.
Okay, so overall bad planning, but I am on my way to go get my nails done. Hopefully they finish in 1 hour because my hair appointment is in 1 hour. Let's see if we can do it.
All right, so this is my opinion and my opinion only. I don't think that Lagosians have figured out nails just quite yet. Like manicures and pedicures, I don't think like we're the experts. I think we're experts with hair, but not with nail services. But the first store that I went to like a few weeks prior, I don't even want to mention the name of the store, but I just hated the experience so much. I got Bayab, but when I walked into this store, this is Nails Inc. Ikoyi, they did a much much better job. I asked them, I was like, look, I have 1 hour, just do the best you can. And they just did a refill of the Bayab, which I already hated the Bayab, so I hated that I was doing a refill of the Bayab. But I was like, you know what, just do the best you can. I actually really liked it, so really cute. I walked into, this is the Braiding Vault. If you ever ask me, Clementine, where should I get my hair done in Lagos, I'm always, always, always gonna recommend the Braiding Vault. I just love their business model. I love the way they work. I love everything about the store. I just think that they're just such professionals. Um, they have two locations. I've been to both of the locations. This is the one in Nikoyi. I've also been to their Lekki location, but I walked in and I booked the service to get my hair taken down and then get a wash and then new braids. And also, I will mention that their prices have like virtually been unchanged since last year that I've been here. So I just really like that. Like, no matter the time of the year, December, January, like, June, July, like their prices just remain the same. And I just love that. Like, it seems like a business model with such integrity. And I'm always going to be a fan of that. Now, this lady or this girl, like, she actually did my hair last time I was here. So I was like, "Oh, do you remember me?" She's like, "No." Which fair. She probably has like thousands of clients. So I didn't expect her to remember me, but it was just a very funny interaction. And obviously, I asked her if she was okay being on camera, and she said yes. So, yeah, I loved my hair afterwards. I think it was just so cute. I was very skeptical about the color at first. I know you want to clean up. I was very skeptical about the color, but by the time I did my makeup and I was like, I'm actually kind of feeling it now, so I like it. But it took a while to get used to the color. The colors that I used was 27, 316, sorry, 3613, and number 4. The next day, I went to, this was my last day actually. I went to Roving Heights because I wanted to get 2 books as souvenirs for a friend. I spent like an hour here because I was so indecisive. I don't really read. Should have admit that, but I don't really read. So, actually, I've read one of the books from Bolu, this author, but I wanted to find a book that was like Nigerian esque. I don't know, but also like was like a cute love story because the person I wanted to get the book for was like they're into love stories, so I wanted to get a book from them. And I was also looking for other books for myself because maybe 2026 is the year I start to read. I've heard a lot of things about this. Nearly all men in Lagos are mad. And then after in the same landmark, I went to there's this bubble tea place called Bubbly, and I ordered their milk tea. Why was it just pure milk and sugar? Where was the tea? I was so confused.
I don't know how I'm gonna carry these paintings, but I'm ready to go home. But I'm not looking forward to the cold.
All right, so this was a very weird transition, but this is me on my way home. I got into my boat ride and he was just playing Oceans. And I don't think he understands how much I appreciated that in that moment because it was just what I need. I was just feeling like sad and nervous about going home, and that just really calmed me down. And yeah, that made me happy. Anyway, so there's me on my way home. This is like 5:30 a.m. because my flight was at 9 a.m. So I wanted to leave early, and rightfully so because when I got there, the airport was already hectic, and I said, "Y'all, it's literally 6 a.m. Like, why are we so active?" Got into the airport, checked in, went through security, and I saw all like the souvenir store. Why was it all everything that I saw in Lekki Arts and Craft, but just like double the price? So I was like, okay, I see what y'all are doing. So if you ever been to this airport and you see all this stuff, just go to the Lekki Arts and Crafts Market because it's gonna be like half the price, and you can also haggle. Even though I did actually end up getting a souvenir from one of these stores, but I was literally haggling. He said 35K. I said take 12K. He said, all right, cool. So that worked out in my favor. My first flight was with Virgin Atlantic. I got into the flight, and why was this the best jollof rice I've ever had? Ever on a plane, not like in real life, but like this was the best plane food I've ever had. I was really happy about that. And then I watched Sinners for the first time. Really good movie. Actually, let me take that back. Really good movie for the first half. The first half was like a good 10 out of 10 movie. And then the second half was just like 6 out of 10. Like it got weird. It got very weird. But overall, I still enjoyed it. Then my layover was 3 hours in London. That went by really quick as well. And I got onto the plane and I watched, I finished the other half of Sinners that I started on the first leg. And yeah, this was a very chill flight. I actually slept through most of it because the night before I didn't sleep at all. So I was just sleeping. I woke up, the food was there. I said, perfect. I ate and then I went back to sleep. It was very rainy in Lagos. I said Lagos, sorry, London. It was very rainy, very wet, very cold. The food on this flight on Air Canada, oh my god, abysmal. It's I couldn't. I ate the chicken and I just left the rest. And then I just went back to sleep. And when I woke up, there was like 2 hours left. So I was like, might as well just watch some movies. Not the whole thing though. I love certain scenes in certain movies, so I just picked all my favorite scenes. For example, the Trolls. I love that scene where like she's sad and then she like lights up because he also believes, you know. And then for Sing, I love the audition scene. So I just watched all my favorite scenes in movies, and then before I know it, we landed in Toronto. I was very happy to be back home. Okay, obviously I don't look great, but we just arrived. It took an hour and 6 minutes to get our luggage, but we're on our way home. I'm gonna take the GO train. I always take the GO train. And yeah, I think this is gonna be the end of my vlog. Thank you for coming along. I'll see you later. Bye. Okay, so this is going to be the end of our vlog. I am in Toronto, currently waiting for the UP Express train to take me to Union Station. And
arriving on the right is your train to the city. Upon its arrival, we ask all passengers on the platform to remain on the platform for a few extra minutes while my cleaning staff right here dressed in the black will do his lost and found collection.
made it this far. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.